If you live anywhere near the Fox River, especially in Geneva, St. Charles, and Batavia, you've probably heard about the proposed removal of the dams. Now, this isn't just an environmental story. This could impact recreation, parks, lifestyle, and honestly, home values throughout the area more than you probably realize. Because right now, there's a real debate happening over the future of the Fox River, and depending on what happens next, these towns could feel very different in just a few years, so let's get into it. The Fox River is the identity of the Tri-Cities. It's why a lot of people move here, visit the downtowns, and enjoy the parks and recreation up and down the river. But here's the part most people don't realize. That calm, full, scenic river, it's engineered by the dams. And right now, there's serious ongoing discussion, especially around the dam in St. Charles, about whether it should stay or be removed. Now, without getting into the science of the whole thing, these are known as low-head dams. They've been here pretty much forever, but they come with some real issues: environmental disruption, sediment buildup, ongoing maintenance, and safety concerns. In fact, these things are often called drowning machines. So now the conversation has shifted to one simple question: do we remove the dam and restore the river, or leave it exactly how it is? Now, if the dam is removed, it's not a small change. It would pretty much be a full transformation, and the question becomes, are we improving the river or ruining what made people fall in love with it in the first place? We're looking at lower water levels in certain areas, more exposed rock and riverbed, and faster moving natural flow of the river. So on one end of the river becomes more healthy and natural, but it also becomes less polished. Less of that smooth mirror-like water people are used to seeing. And that's where this gets interesting, because now we're talking about impacting the use of the river, surrounding parks and trails, and of course, real estate in the area. Now, this debate pretty much revolves entirely around the money, because let's be honest, this decision isn't entirely environmental. It's financial as well. If you keep the dam, you're not paying a big upfront number, but you are paying over time. Maintenance, inspections, repairs that can easily run tens of thousands of dollars per year per dam. And then every so often you're looking at six-figure repair work just to keep it up functionally. And that's before you even factor in liability. Now compare that to removal, which is a much bigger upfront number. Roughly speaking, you're looking at anywhere from around $500,000 to a couple $1,000,000 depending on the scope of the work. So the real question isn't, is this expensive? It's, are we paying now or are we paying later on and forever? And that's exactly what local decision makers are trying to figure out. Now let's bring this back to what homeowners actually care about, what actually happens to home values in the area. And here's the honest answer. There really isn't any clean, guaranteed outcome, but short term, I don't think this will keep people from moving into St. Charles, Geneva, and Batavia. They all offer a great lifestyle, awesome amenities, and have attractive homes. But for the homes right along the river and nearby, this could change the attractiveness and potentially home values, as it could become less desirable to live near the Fox River. But long term, if this is done well, this area could end up with better recreation, more usage of the river, stronger overall appeal, which can support demand over time. But that only works if the final result actually looks and feels like an upgrade, because real estate is emotional. People analyze the lifestyle and community when deciding where to live. But let's break this down the same way we would with any major project in the suburbs, because that's essentially what this is. First, the view premium. Right now, riverfront homes in these towns carry a premium. And it's simple: calm water views sell. If the river becomes shallower, rockier, more natural, you're not necessarily losing value, but you could see a repricing of what that view is actually worth. Now, second, the lifestyle shift. When a core feature of a town changes, desirability behavior also changes. If the river becomes less usable and the aesthetics are affected, it may alter property values. I know quite a few people utilize boating along the river, and with shallower depth recreational boating could see a big drop off. Several parks that border the river, such as Island Park in Geneva and Potawatomi Park in St. Charles, might need to be reconfigured depending on the changes to water flow. And third, this is the big one, the trade-off factor. Every change creates winners and sometimes losers. Same idea as being near a train line. Some people love the access, others absolutely hate the noise. With the river, some homeowners may lose part of that polished feel, while others gain something more unique and natural. And people will absolutely factor that into where they choose to live. Short term, this debate is creating uncertainty, but long term, if this is done well with little headaches, you could see better recreation, stronger environmental quality, and potentially stronger demand to live in this area. but that depends entirely on execution of the dam removal. And this is why people are split on this. On one side, this is better for the river, safer, and more sustainable, but on the other hand, you're changing the exact reason people love these towns. Great views of calm, smooth water, unique recreation both on the water and the Fox River Trail that connects dozens of parks north to south. And honestly, both sides have a point, and I'm hoping a resolution can be finalized soon where both sides benefit. So if you're a homeowner in these areas and you're wondering how something like this could impact your property value, reach out to me. I would be glad to provide insight on where your home value stands today, or check the link below for a home value breakdown based on what's actually selling near you. But let me know in the comments if you would trade the current look of the river for a more natural version long term, or would you leave it exactly how it is? Drop your take down in the comments. I want to see where people land on this. And if you want more breakdowns on what's happening across the western suburbs of Chicago, projects, development, and what it means for real estate, make sure to subscribe and check out this video right here, because that's another example of a major project that could reshape life as we know it in the Chicagoland area. But for now, I'll see you on the next one.